Hey gang, today we're going to do the solo from Smooth, a huge 1999 hit from Santana and the singer from Matchbox 20, Rob Thomas. Now I think it was Santana's only #1 hit, but boy it was a huge one. I think as of like 2014 it was Billboard's #2 selling song of all time. So it's a huge hit. Typical sort of Santana solo. I'm always a little bit iffy touching Santana solos because it's so much of his fingers that are in the solo, and he's got that sound. So I tried to get it. I tried to get what he played. Anyway, I've got it tabbed for you, note for note. We're going to go through it in just a second. Hey, as always, if you like this one, give it the thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe for one or a couple of these every week. See you in just a second. All right, gang, let's go over note for note what I played. Before we do, you can download the tab from the link in the description. Second thing is the sound. I am using a PRS guitar. It's not a Santana PRS, but it's a PRS. I'm using the bridge pickup. I actually toyed with using the neck pickup and tried it. Sounds great, but I think to get the sound on this song, the bridge pickup was just a little bit better. Now, I'm using, as an amplifier, I'm using a pretty high gain, at least for its time, a Mesa type of sound. And I've got the gain cranked up pretty high on it. I've got a lot of bottom end on it as well. Furthermore, I have a couple of effects on it. I have a touch of reverb. I have just a teeny tiny bit of delay to thicken up the sound. And I have some compression to squeeze out just a little more sustain on this. Carlos Santana has such a sustained sound that he uses for all those notes. Anyway, that's what I'm doing to get my Santana on today. And I think it'll help if you have a humbucker guitar. You don't have to have a PRS, but a humbucker guitar definitely will help. And hopefully you can use those settings or those ideas to get your closest Santana sound. All right, let's go now to the solo itself. Now I'm going to go through it line by line, but what I thought I would do first is just play the whole solo. It is in an A harmonic minor. All right, this comes in right after the drum break. All right, so that's the whole thing. And now let's break it down line by line. Well, we've kind of got this preamble to the actual solo. There's a bunch of lines that he plays in the beginning before he goes into the... All right, and it's all based on this A minor. Let me turn down the distortion for just a second. This A minor to an E. And if you're used to that, you know that is a harmonic minor scale, works really well on that. So it's really playing off of this A on a 14th fret third string to the which is obviously in an A minor, to the third of an E chord, which is this G sharp on the 13th fret of the third string, right? So we're going to start out. Let me play that whole first part kind of slowly, and these are all kind of the same. So we'll just kind of play it really slowly, and you can see what's going on. So you see he's just using notes in that A harmonic minor scale to get from that note to this. All right? So let's play that whole thing, and you can see that it's all revolving around that. And then the end. So all of those are basically going from an A minor to an E chord. And you can even hear at that one point where he goes, that's just a arpeggio over an E chord. So it's all tabbed up for you. So, and I played it pretty slowly there, so hopefully you can follow that. And we will move on to the next part, okay? All right, let's do the back half of the solo, the second half. Here we go. It's the part that begins with this. All right, now mentally what we're doing is we're shifting. Most of this is going to be in the 17th position, so we're mentally going to shift from the 12th to the 17th. And think about this, that A minor pentatonic. Now that happens to be the same as our favorite that we would normally do, the A minor pentatonic on the 5th string position. But it's just brought up a whole octave to the 17th. All right, so let's go. Here's the first line. All right, so what am I doing there? I'm starting out with a unison bend, play the first string 17th, second string 20th, second string I'm going to bend up a full step to match the tone on the first string. Then two more of those with it bent. But now I'm just playing the second string. So first one's a unison bend, then I just bend on the second string 20th twice. All right, just a little bit of a note at the end. You want to make that sing, but you want to do it as Santana singing, okay? So what do I mean by that? If I'm going to play it up to speed, and I'll show you. Notice I'm giving it vibrato, and then I'm cutting it off by sliding it down. That's my version of kind of cutting it off that Santana does. Other people would let that sustain a little bit more, maybe a Stevie Ray or something like that. I don't know. In any event, Santana lets it sing and then cuts it off. All right, here's the next line. All right. So very cool line. The first is just kind of a spacer and simple enough. We're going to play the 19th, bend it up a half step, bring it back to the 19th, play 17th twice. This is on the first string. All right, again, that Santana cutoff. Now, another Santana type of phrasing. Now, that's what I've got written there. Now, notice, listen very carefully. It's not this. Although that sounds fine, and if you want to play it, go ahead and do that. It's this. So what is that? Well, I'm playing a hammer-on, or playing a hammer-on and pull-off. I'm fingering the 12th. I'm hammering on and pulling off from the 14th. Very quickly. Notice I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. All right, and that's a Santana trademark for sure. Now, what's interesting about that, at least I think so, is that that note does not fit into the A minor scale. It fits into the A Dorian, which is something Santana plays a lot in. Now, I don't know if he was thinking that or whatever. He probably wasn't. But that's what... I tried playing the A minor, and it sounded wrong. I listened to the record a couple times. It just sounded wrong, or a little bit off. It doesn't sound wrong. It sounds a little bit off from what Santana was doing. So that's why I did that. But either one's going to sound fine because the emphasized note is on the 12th on the first string, that E, not any of the other ones. All right? So here it is. I'll play it again. All right, again, remember to get that twitch really quickly. It should be like this. Okay, here's the next line. Again, very Santana. right, so what's going on there? Well, we're back up in our blues box position, and we're playing 17th on the second, 17th on the first, then 19 and 20. And then we're going back and forth between the 19th and 20th a bunch of times. All right, now, the thing where he's doing this, he's playing a little bit ahead or a little bit behind the beat. Another Santana trademark is he's really playing a little bit freeform with the way that he's striking those notes, not right on the beats. He's just got a great feel for how the whole thing's going to come out in the measure. It's the fantastic touch that he has, or phrasing. All right, so we'll do that a bunch of times. I don't know if it's 6 or so, but whatever. Then we play the 20th and then bend it up a full step. Tremolo pick it while it's up. Bring it down and back up again. And then pull it off 17th, 20th on the second, 17th to end it up. All right? So like so. And that's that line. All right, it's going to be followed up by another pure Santana line. All right? Here we go. This is probably my favorite line in it. What a great Santana line, and it's so him. All right, so it starts out with this. Okay, so what is that? That's our friend the unison bend, right? But we're not playing both of them, so we'll play on the second string 20th, bend it up a whole step, and then play the 17th on the first twice. Okay, so second time we play it, we're going to play that bend, and we're going to play the 17th 4 times. All right, so that first part, at least the way that I think about it, is a series of that bend, and then 2 strokes on the 17th, then that bend again, 4 strokes on the 17th. Okay? All right, now we're going to play this lick. 2 more strokes on the 17th. Now that's a total of 6, but I don't think of it as 6. I think of it as 4 and then another 2. Okay? 17th. Second string, then 18th, pull off 17th. And then 19 on the third. Pull off to the 17th, 19th, and bend it up a whole step. All right, that's the second part. We're almost done. That's the end of it. Okay, it starts with a Chuck Berry. 17-17 on the second and first. And then 20th on the second. 17th on the second. And then on the third, we're going to bend up the 19th a full step. And then play the 19th itself. 17th. 19th on the 4th, 17th, 19th. All right. All right, so that last part is... All right, so putting it all together, we have this. One more thing to note is that at the end, when you're playing this, it's very quick at the end. That's a Santana style, again. All right, so just keep that in mind. You want it quick at the end. All right, here's the last part. All right. Now this is a cool ending part. He's just doing a tremolo pick, right? From the, we're going to start on the third string. You can do this on the second too, but we're going to do it on the third. Starting from this E on the 9th fret. Going up chromatically to the 10th. 11th. 12th. 13th. 14th. We get then at that point we skip one and go to the 16th, 17th, and end on the 14th. And that's it. Whew. Well, there you have it, gang. The solo from Santana's smooth. Great touch on this one, as usual, from Carlos Santana. This one's super fun to play, and it's just a great song. You know, they don't make pop songs like that anymore. All right. I hope you like this one. We'll see you on down the road.